Nyeri Catholic Archdiocese Archbishop Muheria has accused the government of being out of touch with the plight of Kenyans. Speaking in Nyeri at the canonization mass of Father Joseph Aramano, Archbishop Muheria took aim at the Kenya Kwanza administration and accused it of making policies with no regard for the effect they will have on the poor. He has called on the government to exercise humility and empathy when formulating policies and to take a moment to reflect on how the policies impact Kenyans. Mary Morkey reports.
The Mass held to celebrate the canonization of Father Joseph Aramano and remembrance of Sister Irene Nyatha at Our Lady of Consolata Cathedral in Nyeri town provided a platform for Nyeri Archdiocese Archbishop Muheria to address the ruling class. The Archbishop criticized the government for formulating policies that continue to make life difficult for Kenyans, alluding to excessive taxation policies and going back on election campaign promises to better the welfare of Kenyans. The cleric invited the government to a deep self-introspection.
So these two great saints will help us reflect on one or two things that we all Kenyans must once more recalibrate, to realign our thoughts. It is about coming from our pedestals to the level of the people. In our country, Kenya, we must learn humility, especially in leadership.
Bishop Muheria, who spoke at the Mass to celebrate the late Father Joseph Aramano, who founded the Consolata missionaries that run schools and hospitals across the country, took issue with the rollout of SHA, which he says has made it difficult for Kenyans to access health services, saying it's time for the government to rethink its policies and put people first.
We are competing in showing power. Our leaders are thinking way too much about their image and not thinking about the image of the poor, the sick. With the shift of the NHIF to SHIF, we don't seem to have had that thought of the sick. People who die because they can't get services.
The religious leader took a swipe at the pushing and shoving for political supremacy witnessed in the country in recent days, terming it misplaced priorities. He asked leaders to focus on serving Kenyans and solving the many challenges that continue to plague the nation.
We are competing in dishonesty. If only we would recover from this which the saints are giving us, that we start competing in honesty, in truthfulness, in service. This is what true leadership is about.
He called on leaders to be selfless in their service to Kenyans and to take time to reflect on the policies they come up with and how they affect Kenyans. Mary Morkey, Citizen TV.